What's going on, guys? Coach Dom here. Handstand push-up, handstand walking for this today. Just gonna go over really this setup, starting with this, because if you saw the last video, having your deadlift bar set up this way, right, the 315 bar in front of your handstand walk area. This bar you could do parallel or perpendicular to the wall that you're going to do the handstand push-ups on. Making sure you have chalk prints there. So going into the hand location, making sure you have chalk prints on the ground. I will show you mine in a second at the end of this video, just to show you that setup. But having chalk prints, so you go out as far as you can and as close as you can, just so you have that in between where you can set up your hands every time you go to kick down, and you don't have to guess where they need to be to make sure you are getting over that line every time. To make sure you get over the line every time, make sure our ankles are flexed. So here's my shoe. If I'm in an inverted position, we don't want our toes to be up here. We want to get them as flat as possible, getting that heel up. If you have these beautiful Nike shoes, we have this little handstand push-up thing here to help you glide a little bit. It's not sponsored. After that, again, keeping that toe down and kicking down every time. When you go up for handstand walks, we're gonna be very fatigued, okay? So if this is your first handstand walk or your 9 millionth, you want to be as graceful as possible as kicking into the ground. We don't want to come up and try to just flip up and end up doing a front handspring over that line. Okay, so we want to come up, graceful, points to the ground, grip the ground with your hands, and just walk as steady as possible. Okay? Breathe each time you go through your repetition, and you are not forced to hold your breath like a lot of people do on the deadlifts. You want to breathe through the handstand walking as well, and through every rep of your handstand push-up. With that said, make sure your midline is engaged. So tighten that midline every time. When you are measuring, make sure you take into account if your midline is fatigued, and we are not going to be able to keep that tight extension every time. If our midline's fatigued and then we make a little arch in our back, it's going to be a little bit different measurement as you are kicking up every single time. On the handstand push-ups, make sure we get our head through. I see a lot of people doing handstand push-ups and they're doing them like this. You would never do a push press that way. You always want to keep your head through. The faster you can get your head through, the better that rep's going to be. Make sure you hold it for that split second and you get that rep count from your judge. Let me show you this handprint mark that I made down here. So we have here, this is as close as my hands can be to making this a good rep. This is as far as they can be. This is kind of like my sweet spot, so where my pinky is on that handstand push-up mark. Good luck, guys. Crush them handstand push-ups. If this is your first time doing handstand walks, amazing job, and as always, crush it.